What's good, y'all? J Boogie in full effect mode. Bun down is the sound. You know how we do. This is, of course, the Lounge Presents, and we're live streaming on Twitch right now with this gentleman right here, Vic Spencer, in the place to be. Salute. Hell yes. What up, though? Oh, we lost your audio. We lost your
Peace and
audio.
love. Appreciate
Oh,
y'all,
oh,
man.
there he is. There he is.
How you feeling, man?
Oh, good, man. Good, good. Really excited to sit down and chat with you. We got a couple of things we want to talk about, but you know what? We're gonna start off by asking you how you were first introduced to hip hop culture.
I was first introduced to hip hop culture from my brother. He was listening to all kinds of West Coast and I want to say Midwest rap,
Okay.
hardcore, gangster rap,
Yeah,
and
yeah.
um, I grew up off that till I developed my own ear for liking East Coast music, and then I just developed into this pot of gumbo, and I want to say like people like Redman and Sean
Mm,
Price, those guys
okay.
were the guys
Yeah,
that
yeah.
got me to pick up a pen.
Okay. Great influences, obviously. Great influences. Before we discover rap, what was being played around the home when you were growing up?
Um, Prince,
Hey,
old,
woo! There you go.
yeah, you know what I'm saying? Prince,
Nice.
old school, the Shy Lights, Isley Brothers.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah, mad old school. You know what I'm saying? Like my grandma used to clean up every weekend, and I moved my auntie. She cleaned up every weekend. The Prince. My grandma was the one playing the old Dusties though. My auntie, she loved Prince. She loved everything.
Hey.
It was everything Prince. So yeah, those were the kind of before hip hop. Like I still was listening to hip hop. Like Juicy was like the uh the number one song in the country at the time when all of
Mm,
this was happening. So, but at the time, like when I was shorty, that's like 94, 95.
yeah, yeah,
So,
yeah.
you know what I'm saying? A lot of that was played in the house outside if it wasn't me or my brother.
Okay. Of the records that your brother was listening to that you eventually got put onto, which of those records are you still listening to today?
Uh MC Breed.
Hey, your
MC
respect.
Breed. Yeah.
Oh man,
You know what
dope,
I'm saying? MC
dope.
Breed, joint called Kicking It, Teach the Kids, uh, all of those joints. Got to get mine with Pac. You know what I'm
Yep, yep.
saying? I'm still playing Top Authority too. My brother played a lot of Top Authority
Okay.
group out of Michigan, Flint, Michigan. And yeah, DJ Quick. You know what I'm saying? I'm still playing DJ
Hey,
Quick. I'm still playing MC8. I'm still playing a lot of that stuff.
yeah.
Spice One.
Okay.
I just rebought 187 She Wrote on CD
Nice,
recently. So
nice.
when I see my brother, I'm gonna show him.
So then, which of the records that were coming from the East are you still listening to right now?
I'm still listening to Trap Called Quest, Beats, Rhymes, and Life. I'm still listening to Nocturnal, Helter Skelter.
Whoo! Okay.
Uh, I'm still listening to OGC from the
Okay. Yes.
man.
Yes.
I love that
Yes.
album.
Feeling it.
Yeah.
Feeling it.
I'm still playing a
That's
lot
live.
of Master P, No Limit, Pen and Pixel. You know what I'm saying? I'm still
Yeah.
playing
Yeah.
some of
Yeah.
that too. Like I say, I'm a part of gumbo, but I know you said East Coast, but I was still playing some down south stuff too. You know what I'm saying?
For sure. For sure. Most definitely. Well, I mean, coming up, coming up in Chicago. I mean, there's a very rich tradition of music coming from Chicago alone.
Yeah, for sure.
You know what I mean? Like you literally come from a hotbed of musical genius going on up in there,
Yeah.
and it's interesting to see now, especially with the series that we're doing right now with the new Renaissance of Chicago, and what we're seeing all this dope talent bubbling under. Literally, the new Renaissance is just bubbling under. It's like y'all are just, you can feel it. You know what I mean? You can feel it. It's palpable.
Yeah, yeah. We striving to unify. That's what we own in Chicago right now. We want to show. We really want to show the generation before us and way ahead, way, that started this whole Chicago conglomerate, that
Mhm.
that the legacy can continue. And man, I'm glad to be a part and do all that I can to help unify the city for sure. The
No,
city,
for real.
as individuals, we need this as individuals. So I'm always looking to better myself and be around like-minded people like myself who's in the studio constantly and working and putting out work. I always want to be around those guys and those ladies too. So I feel like I'm as one when I'm around those people. So anything to be around people that's like-minded and working just as well as me.
Okay. Okay, I feel that. Yo,
Yeah.
are you an introvert or an extrovert?
If you guys, it depends on who you ask. I think I'm a I think I'm an introvert. My wife would say I'm an extrovert.
Okay,
But
okay,
I'll probably be going with extrovert probably.
okay. So when when you had that epiphany moment, that
Mhm,
when that day came when you knew you were going to take this seriously, was
mhm.
that was that an easy, because being an extrovert, that had to have been an easy decision.
Yeah, because it's just like I was put up against a lot of adversity about at life with life going on around me. I had to think quick. I had to come
Yeah.
up with something uh, that I was doing outside of playing basketball, which was rapping. And I just started to take it serious before like any opportunities came my way.
Right.
That's how it really came. That's why it really came about. Like I had to make like a instant decision. Once I had opportunity to just tap in with the raps, I just took full advantage of what I'm saying, the will to want to do it. Like I fully dove in the advantage of actually wanting to rap and wanting to just
Right.
grab instrumentals from Sam Goody and rap over them and one take cassette tapes. Like that became a norm for me. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Once I got there, it was like nonstop, completely
Okay.
nonstop. I couldn't stop.
I feel you. I feel you. And I think for a lot of us, when we eventually discover, hip hop and rap and everything associated with the culture, it was, I mean, it was, I think, an immediate connection, right?
Yeah.
But we don't all, you know, we're not all capable of dropping a Fire 16. You know what I'm saying? We're not all capable of going off the head for 32. You know what I mean? Some must try.
Yeah. Yeah,
But
that come
we're
with
not all built,
time.
right? But we're not all necessarily built, or we're that just wasn't our path. What was
Yeah.
it for you though? What was it for you that let you know, yeah, this is it. This is what I'm gonna do.
Uh, just listening to other good music that made me feel good. If I listen to a
Okay.
lot of music that made me feel good, it'll make me believe that I can do it. You know what I'm saying? That's how the approach came.
Okay.
Like when I heard Redman's Tonight's the Night, I remember just like sitting in front of the TV like I just seen a pot of gold. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
And it's
Dope
like,
joint.
uh,
Dope joint.
yeah, it was like, oh man, I can do this. Oh yeah, I can do this. And heard the instrumental, gave it a shot, and I was like, yeah, okay. If I build up my confidence, I'm gonna feel like I'm one of the greats. If I keep at it, I continue to be one of the greats. So that's how it all came about for real, for real. Yeah,
Okay.
just
Okay.
watching, just listening and watching videos, man. Watching videos like, yeah, I can do that. When I started wearing big ass headphones at school and Tim's and Hellfigure bubble coats and I felt like I was hip hop as hell. You know what I'm saying? So, I was like, man, it was like embedded in me at that point. Like I had to match what I was listening to, but not like in a bad way. You know how nowadays the music can influence our kids in the wrong way. But that
Yeah,
way, it was like, man, it was like a way, like, man, I really want to rap. Like when you seen Jordan or when you see LeBron, like, man, I want to hoop. I can
yeah,
do that to somebody. You know what I'm saying? I can cross somebody
yeah.
over. It's that same feeling. Like, man, yeah. If I seen how, uh, like if Redman can make me sit still and watch a video, then I probably can make people sit still and actually listen to me. So yeah,
Good
it's
point.
kind of like a link chain, kind of.
No, that's a good point. That's a good point. When you started to dip your toes into the water, so to speak,
Mhm.
were the homies around you, your crew that you were running with, were they all also similarly finding the same interest in hip hop as you, or were you kind of the odd person out?
Uh, I was kind of like the leader, kind of say, like I was the
Okay,
one that was
okay,
just like eager and thirsty to record, like
yeah,
no matter what, no under any circumstances, I was the one that was eager to record. I was around guys that sold drugs and tote guns all day, and to
yeah.
see them come and rap with me, that takes away time that they could have been doing something negative in the streets. So
There
I
you go.
kind of I kind of look at it like I was a leader. You know what I'm saying? A lot of homies that couldn't be controlled in the sense like just rebellious to everybody, you know what I'm saying? Adults,
Hmm.
police, whatever. And then here I am, you know what I'm saying, getting guys to come pull up in my room, rap bars forever for the whole night. Look up, it's school the next morning. You know what I'm saying? And ain't nobody went to jail, ain't nobody run from the police, ain't nobody shoot nobody. So it was just like I looked at it like, oh, I got great leadership skills. If I got my
Mm,
guys coming to do something
mhm,
that they normally don't do, you know what I'm
mhm.
saying? And that's always been cool that guys want to be around me in that sense, you know what I'm saying? When they had like other things they could be doing, you know what I'm saying? But
Nah, for real.
they
Salute
could
to
they
you for
took that
that.
important. Yeah, I kind of think that they looked at it as this is some sort of importance, I guess, because of how serious I was, even when I didn't have it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. No, that's really dope to hear, man, because you know, a lot of times we need a positive leader type figure around us
Yeah,
to just not necessarily to dictate how things should be, but just to kind of make sure everyone, you know, stays
yeah.
stays focused.
Absolutely.
So salute
And
to you for you.
unconditionally, neither like not even saying anything, just everybody just kicking it, just rapping.
There you
You know what I'm
go.
saying?
There you
Ain't
go.
nobody saying like, well, we gonna rap so we can keep you off the streets, or you gonna come over here and press record so you won't put your hands on nobody. You know what I'm saying? And we were all doing this in the group home. I lived in the group home when I
Hmm.
first started rapping, like seriously. So
Yeah.
to to have all those different personalities around was also key. You know what I'm saying? And,
Hmm.
and and not be distracted about everything that's going on in my life. You know what I'm saying? I'm still got the will to want to do it. So yeah,
Once it became obvious that you were going to be Vic Spencer, the MC, once it became
mm-hmm,
plainly clear to all the
mm-hmm,
people around you, your family, and family, that's whether blood or not, you know what I'm saying? Once it
mm-hmm.
became obvious to all the people around you and all the people that are close to you that you were serious about this, what was their response? How were they looking at you, and what was happening?
Yeah, I mean, everybody was just like, okay, Vic rapping. You know what I'm saying? Vic, I would always, every time somebody would see me, they'd like, man, Vic, I bet you got some new songs. I bet you rapping. You Vic rapping. You know that I think people would hype me up, not to say that I was just like bad and they gave me like some gas me up type.
Right,
They
right,
just was
right.
like, man, Vic is a rapper. Like they already conceded in my eyes that I was
Yeah.
gonna be something. Like man, Vic is a rapper. That boy gonna be a rapper. So I always had that around me all the time. My family Once they saw it, I got family members that always support, you know what I'm saying, every time I drop, you know what I'm saying.
Solid.
So it's like, from that moment when I started to now, it's like they still say, yeah, man, Vic, you stayed with it, man. You was real consistent, you know what I'm saying. So that's
Hell
yeah,
yes.
so they always give me my flowers in that regard.
That's dope. That's super super dope. I love it. I love it.
Yeah,
So
that's
let's talk about this new record. Be
Mm.
double clip tight, and you're working with Original Super Legend. Can you tell us a little bit about Original Super Legend?
Yes, sir. Original super legend. Big bro from Chicago, you know what I'm saying, South Side. He now lives in the VA area. And he's a homie to a good friend of mine, Race Bannon. And I was at his crib, Race Bannon crib, listening to mad beats, and it happened to be some original Super Legend beats. I took a liking to them. Then, I started putting them on like several of my albums that I curated with multiple producers on it.
Hmm.
And, the rest is history. I realized that, like, on all my albums, track 7 is the best song to me. You know what I'm saying? I
Okay.
always sequence it like that. Then I looked up and counted up all of the track 7s original Super Legend had the majority of it.
Nah,
So I was like, well,
really?
yeah. So I was like, well,
Oh.
why not make an album with them? You know what I'm saying? So we dropped the first album 2 years ago, called Legend Laws of Power. And this is not a sequel or anything like that. This is one of those hardcore body bag albums. Be double clip
Hmm.
tight, meaning be prepared for any situation or any opportunity that comes your way.
Well, it's obvious that the chemistry between you two is tight. Was that
Yeah.
chemistry immediate, or did that take some time to develop?
It was almost immediately because it's
See?
like when I hear a good beat, it's just like sinks me into
Yeah,
what
yeah,
the
yeah,
hell the producer was thinking. Like, you know what
yeah,
I'm
yeah,
saying?
yeah.
It's like, oh shit, you know what I'm saying? It's like good food. Like, person eats something, they take
For
their
real.
first bite, they dancing and whatnot. That's
Yes.
exactly how original Super Legends production had me. So, and my homies who was around listening while I was listening. So, it's kind of like, yeah, I got to do an album with him. So it was easy to come up with that. It's very easy. Like, no
Yeah,
question.
you guys definitely knocked it out with this one. The
Yes, sir.
the the flow and then the
Hmm.
production that he provides you can just feel the chemistry. And
Yeah,
one thing that you say, and I'm glad you said it, was in the same way that you were basically infected by the beats that he gave you for this, that same feeling you pass on to the listener, man.
absolutely.
You
I
know what
feel
I'm
like
saying?
that's my job.
It's a
Yeah.
cyclical relationship, you know?
Yeah, that's my job. I feel like as an MC,
Yes.
that's my job to get the listeners to feel exactly how I felt when I was making it, you know?
Yep.
So
Yep.
I take pride in that. Appreciate you for rocking with me like that. For sure.
Ah, for real. For real. That type of energy, you just can't ignore that type of energy, you know what I mean? There's already enough bullshit going on out there, you know?
Facts. Facts.
So so when there's that type of energy, you can't ignore it, you know what I mean?
Yeah,
Yeah,
absolutely.
for real. Now there's a relationship you had with an MC that that had some measure of influence on your life, and he goes by the name of Sean Price. Rest in power.
Yes. Sean Price, rest in peace to the legend.
Oh, legendary bars. How did
Mhm.
this relationship come about?
Twitter. I spammed
Hey,
them on Twitter.
nice.
I
See,
spammed them on
social media
Twitter.
can be used for good.
Hmm?
Social media
Which
can be used for good.
yeah, it definitely can be used for good. Yeah. And he liked my work, and it's a beautiful thing because Sean Price is known for not liking people's work. And it took a liking to mine. I was quite fortunate and blessed for Sean Price to like my music. And I remember I was coming up my first time like being on the Chicago scene. I was rocking with Knowledge from Kids in the Hall. That group
Okay.
was also signed to
Okay.
Duck Down at the time,
Yes.
and he in Knowledge was like, "Man, Vic, if I always spoke highly of Sean Price before I even knew him."
Yeah.
And Knowledge was like, "Man, if Sean Price heard your music, he definitely would get it. Like for real, he would love it." And he called it first. So shout outs to Knowledge for Kids in the Hall for
Hey.
calling it like he said. He was right. You know what I'm saying? Sean Price took a real strong liking to my music.
Now let's make this moment what it is for real.
Hmm.
Think of how many MCs have hollered at him via social
Hmm.
media, right?
Hmm. Hmm.
But
Hmm.
you, he felt your energy.
Hmm.
You know what I'm saying? And boom. But think of
Yeah.
how many other MCs have cold called him via a DM. You know what I
Yeah.
mean?
A lot. I can imagine. From that tweet alone, he was just like, "Man, nobody spam me your music, man. Everybody's songs is trash." I can imagine the many people that did the same thing I did spammed them
Yeah,
anyway. You know what I'm
yeah,
saying?
for real.
And
So
he chose me. So that, yeah,
that's blessed for real. That's blessed
yeah,
for
for
real.
real, for real, for real.
Now with the new record, are there any plans to do any touring? I know touring's a really messed up situation right now. It's so expensive to tour now.
Yeah,
It's
I'm not
wild.
sure.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm not sure. I'm not sure about tour for the specific album, but
Hmm.
trying to just work on a Vic Spencer tour as we speak, just to just go through my catalog. We'll call
Yeah.
it the Best of Vic Spencer tour. So
Yeah.
we can go around the country, just planting the seeds of people that know Vic Spencer and people that don't know Vic Spencer, get real acquainted with all kinds of people. I just I just work on that, work on the tour, work on new material, and hopefully some comes out in the next this upcoming year or the beginning of next year. You know what I'm saying? Some
Say
brewing
word.
in the pot in the kettle. You know what I'm saying?
Well, yo, nothing but like positive vibes for that because I know touring is just a motherfucker right now, just with
Yeah, it's
expenses and
crazy.
shit. God damn. It's a good thing that if your merch game is tight, you can you can
Yeah,
manage a
you
little bit
can
without
lever
doing
it out. You
shows,
can lever it
right?
out. Yeah,
Right? Because touring is
yeah.
just crazy right now, man. Just so
Hmm.
expensive. You know what I mean? It's
Yeah.
wild. And it's at a time when to be an artist is so much easier. You know what I mean? There's a lot more of an infrastructure in place if you wanted to
Hmm.
release product independently now. Like everything's
Yeah.
at your fingertips now. You can do it now. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Hmm.
And
Yeah.
it's it's just sad now that everything's so damn expensive now. And touring, some folks just like, well, nah, man. Like, if we're gonna hit the road, we're gonna like, maybe after a couple of records, and you know what I mean.
Yeah.
We can't just go
Absolutely.
willy nilly for every record anymore,
Absolutely. Yeah,
right?
you can't. You gotta be strategic on how you do
Exactly,
things.
exactly. So it's just wild because it's a lot easier to do it now, but just because of the way the economy is in North America, it's like God damn.
Yeah.
But I mean, the advantage you have is being able to create content. I mean, you've got the tools to drop visuals whenever you want to keep keep the kettle brewing.
Yeah. Absolutely. Hell
So
yeah.
that's definitely a tight thing. Before I let you go, I would like to bring up a gentleman who was basically responsible for us doing this new Renaissance of Chicago series, and that's to man them like GQ. Salute GQ.
Whoo, my boy GQ.
Now
With
the show
GQ
was what was that show last night
last
or two
night.
nights ago?
Yeah.
That was last night.
Yeah.
I love that this show was put together in honor of GQ because of how much he's done for Chicago hip hop. I love how
Hmm.
you guys came together around him just to show him that love.
Hmm.
How did you and GQ first connect?
Man, I remember supporting GQ on the Red Line. I was in college.
Okay,
I was
okay.
like my first years in college. This had literally has to be like 2000, 2001. Um, GQ had the samurai fit on, the Leroy the Last Dragon fit on, and he
Say
was doing this
word.
permanent. He was doing this thing, and it sounded real good. Like, and he would do it like in the morning too. Like people could be having like bad days, bad mornings, and then he come in with this ray of energy on the train. I just had to support him every time I seen him. Like around the third time I supported him, like this was after the third time I seen him on the Green Line. And this time he wasn't even really, he wasn't on that. He wasn't trying to, sing for money or anything like that. He just was, and he noticed me. He noticed that I was one of the supporters. He's like, man, you supported me, you kicked me some bread. Appreciate you. He sat down next to me. He asked me what I was listening to. I had a CD Walkman at the time, and I think I
Shout
was
out to
listening
Walkman.
to Ghostface Supreme Clientele.
Okay.
Uh, and he was like, I see you got good taste in music, but have you heard this? He pulls out his CD player and he's listening to Lil Brother, The Listening. And I never heard
Okay.
of Lil Brother at that time. It was like, I
Okay.
guess when the album came out, he's like, man, check this out. And for the ride where we were riding, I listened to like 2 songs. I was like, oh, I was blew away. And I stopped whatever I was doing and went and bought the CD myself from Secondhand Tunes on the north side. So
There you
man, shout
go.
out to GQ for that. Yeah, that's exactly how we met. We've been cool ever since. Like he's been like the OG ever since. Like, you know what I'm saying? Put me on the good tunes, good music. We always talk about good hip hop. And he always mentioned me when he talking to the legends. You know what I'm saying?
Hmm.
He lets them know that Vic Spencer exists. Salute to GQ, the legend. You know what I'm saying? I was glad.
He's
I was
like
happy to be there
I swear he's like the
last night.
mayor of Chicago.
Big Oracle. He the Oracle of
You know?
Chicago. Like for real. Like for real. You know what I'm saying? Anything music related, like life related, man. GQ been around for so long. You can go to him just about any kind of advice. You know what I'm saying?
Like that. There you go. Salute GQ. Salute 24/7 hip hop all day.
24/7 hip hop. What up? What up?
Man, I really want to thank you for spending time with us in the lounge space today, Vic. It was
Mm-hmm.
an honor to get you in the lounge space because I haven't mentioned anything until I'm about to mention right now, but the series is called The New Renaissance of Chicago. But this man, Vic Spencer, has been leading this renaissance for some time. Okay, so I just want
Thank
to
you.
make sure it's known that yes, the new renaissance of Chicago is real. It's popping. It's guaning right now. But man, this guy right here, torchbearer, right there of Chicago.
That's
So
carry.
it's an
I
honor,
carry
an honor,
the whole Chicago on my back if I have to, for sure.
like that. So thank you very much for spending some time with us. And I don't want this to be the last time we get you up in here, man. It's an open door policy.
Hmm.
Anytime you got something popping, we want to help you promote that shit because we love promoting the dope shit.
I'm here for you anytime you need me. I'm here. Yeah,
Say word. Say word. All right, man. Thanks again. Salute. Enjoy the rest of your evening.
my man. Appreciate y'all, man. Salute and love.
Be double clip tight. Pick it
Be
up.
double clip
Stream it.
tight
Get
out
that.
now. Cop the vinyl on Super
Brrrah.
Sounds
Hell yeah.
LLC.com. Holla at your boy.